Wow. Yesterday night was something phenomenal for 2311 Racing, as they achieved something NASCAR had never seen before. But almost at the same time, drivers were frustrated, radios were heated, and the mood after COTA got messy fast. Tyler Reddick made history. Michael Jordan was celebrating another three-peat. And yet, the fallout from this race was not just about who won. It was about who felt like their day got taken away from them, and why the word stolen started floating around almost immediately. And that is what we're diving into today. We're going to break down how Tyler Reddick held off Shane van Gisbergen and became the first driver ever to open a Cup season with 3 straight wins. Then we'll get into Michael Jordan's huge reaction, Kurt Busch's emotional response, Connor Zilisch's brutally honest frustration after a race he felt he could have won, the JR Motorsports side of the weekend, where late chaos ruined a strong run. And then later in this video, we'll circle back to the stolen victory talk that is now spreading online. Not to hype it up, but to explain why people are suddenly saying it. Because if this weekend proved anything, it's that NASCAR just had one of its biggest modern moments, and somehow still walked away with a perception problem. Let's start with the race itself. Because before we talk about backlash, frustration, or conspiracy chatter, the first truth is simple. Tyler Reddick flat out delivered. He started on the pole at COTA, led a race-high 58 laps, and beat Shane van Gisbergen by 3.944 seconds. That matters because SVG came into this one as the road course benchmark, carrying a 5-race Cup road course win streak and chasing a chance to tie Jeff Gordon's record of 6 straight road course wins. Instead, Reddick beat him clean, stretched the gap in the closing laps, and never really gave him the opening he needed. That performance made real history. Reddick became the first driver in NASCAR Cup Series history to win the first throw. Races of a season, not one of a few, not tied, the only one. Daytona 500, Atlanta, and now COTA. 3 totally different tracks, 3 different styles of racing. And Reddick answered all of them. That's why this start feels so massive. It's not just a hot streak, it's the kind of stretch that changes the whole tone of a championship season before we even get out of the opening month. And Reddick sounded like a driver who knew exactly how hard that final step was. His post-race comments on Fox were the words of somebody who understood he wasn't just racing the field. He was racing the one guy who rarely gives away anything at a road course. He said, "Yeah, just trying to remember everything that I knew was going to be important there at the end, and just tried to minimize the mistakes." Shane is that's what he's so good at. He does not make mistakes. Then he added, "It means the world." Yeah, it's so fitting. That's a huge statement because it tells you what this win meant beyond the record. This wasn't just another points day. This was Reddick finally beating the modern road course king straight up when it mattered. For the last couple years, a lot of drivers have been trying to solve SVG on these tracks. On Sunday, Reddick did it. And honestly, I think that's one reason this win hit so hard around the garage, because it wasn't fluky at all. He looked like the best car, the best driver, and the most complete team all afternoon. Even Shane van Gisbergen's own reaction backed that up. He did not sound like a guy who thought something got taken from him. He sounded like a guy who got beat by someone better on the day. SVG said it was weird to be disappointed. To be second, still a great points day. And other post-race coverage quoted him saying Reddick's driving was amazing, and that they simply didn't quite have enough. That's important because when the driver most directly denied a 6th straight road course win is giving the winner that kind of C of credit, it tells you the finish itself was earned. Then came Michael Jordan, and his reaction made this feel even bigger. After the race, Jordan spoke to Fox and said, "It's time for change." And the guys feel the same thing. Tyler came in with the most pressure with the chance to win 3 in a row. That's the hardest one to win. And he kept to his strategy. That "time for change" line is the one people are going to keep replaying, because it sounds bigger than just one race. It sounds like Jordan believes 2311 isn't just winning. It's changing the order of things in NASCAR. Jordan also made sure to point out who built this. He credited Denny Hamlin heavily, saying Hamlin was the mastermind behind finding Tyler Reddick and putting Billy Scott and the rest of the group together, while Jordan himself joked that he just put up the money. And when the owner talking like that is Michael Jordan, the entire result starts to feel even louder. Kurt Busch added another emotional layer to that. And I think this part really mattered because Kurt isn't just any former driver reacting from the outside. He used to drive the numbered 45 for 2311. So when he saw Reddick do this, it felt personal to him. His congratulatory message was loaded with pride. "I couldn't be more proud of you, Tyler. The team at 2311. Oh my God. Denny, you knew he was going to be the guy. MJ, Billy Scott, the whole program. I'm so proud of you guys. That is history. 3 wins. That tells you how this is being viewed by people who know what this organization looked like in its earlier stages. To them, this isn't just a good start. It's proof that the team really has become what they believed it could become. But this is where the mood of the weekend changes, because while Reddick and 2311 were making history, not everybody left COTA feeling like they got a fair shot at the result they deserved. The biggest example on the Cup side was Zilisch. He finished only 14th, but that finish does not really reflect how much speed he showed. I feel like I drove one of the best races I've ever driven, and we finished 14th. So yeah, it sucks. I don't know if I need to do something different, but just one of those days. That quote hits hard because it sounds like a driver who knows he did almost everything right and still got a result that looks mediocre on paper. Zilisch also explained the two incidents in a way that really captures the frustration. I saw one of them. Suarez was right behind me and it just looked like he squared up and hit me. And second one, I was already in the corner and got T-boned. I don't know what happened. Then trying to take at least something positive from the day, he said, "It was good. Just as a race car driver, I'm not satisfied, but I showed that I can do it." That kind of reaction is exactly what creates this weird split screen after a big race. One garage celebrating history, another driver walking away feeling like the chaos at COTA cost him a real shot. And that frustration wasn't limited to Sunday's Cup race. On the Xfinity side, there was already a strong sense that COTA had become a place where late race chaos was undoing strong runs. Carson Kvapil, connected to the JR Motorsports orbit, left frustrated after what looked like a promising day got derailed late. He explained it like this: "We almost got to that goal, and I think we were going to be 8th before that caution came out at the end. It was shaping up to be a really good day. I'm not sure whether we should have pitted there." Nascar just had a historic, genuinely impressive victory and still somehow ended the weekend with too many people talking about frustration.